What is going on, my friends? Crypto Gem here, your cryptocurrency expert, here today with another live stream. What's going on, y'all? How's it going? All right, let me know if you got good audio and video, please. So we get rocking into this live. I didn't do a video today, so I thought I'd get a live out. Let's see if I can find this live here. There we go. Crypto Gem here. There it is. All right. Hey, Kelly. Glad to. What's up, Mr. Bond? Bond. James Bond. Hey, Carrie. How are you? I'm going to try to keep this one short, 20-30 minutes, just so you guys aren't grow weary. I'm going to try to deliver the information that I'm seeing and the things that are critical to watch fairly quickly if we can. So that's the goal. Let's see here. I got plenty of battery here. 5K. I don't think he's coming tomorrow for sure, but never know. Could be coming. Hey, Martin. From, I think, Scotland, right? Scotland. How is it there? Crypto Fever. What's up, man? I think I missed saying hi to you the last video, so I want to make sure I get you in this time. Emery. We got Jim TV, as you used to say, I think. Yeah, price is falling. I thought I'd jump in and show you what's going on, or at least what I'm looking at least. 21 of you here already, so glad y'all made it by. Let's see here. Scotland, your money group, yes. Oh, Netherlands, that's right. Martin, you're from the Netherlands. My mistake. My mistake. I try to keep everybody straight, but it's hard to, for sure. All right, we got about 27 of you in here. It's maybe a good time to start here. I'm just going to ignore the chat for a little while, so I'll get back to you in a little bit. But let me just deliver the information that I would normally deliver here on a video. So with that being said, hey Bernard, how's it going? All right, now don't forget, none of this is meant to be financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Trust me, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here to help you see the market the way I see it, okay? And if it helps you, fantastic. If not, that's okay. What I was just noticing by these arrows here, just first off, I like to just look patterns and fractals. It's not bad. It doesn't mean it's going to happen again, but if you'll just kind of notice the waves that I've just pointed to right here, you see a very, very similar shape in the way they're falling. And so basically, you got this straight down candle, you got a little bit of a retrace, and just kind of a dump back. Now, whether it's the same size dump or whatever, I don't know. I can't be sure, but I guess my point is that there's probably more downside to come. Okay, more downside to come. Yeah. This market knows how to hurt us all of us, guys. I see that comment, Jason, and I'm sorry, man. I'll cry with you, man, but we'll see if we can get ready for what's going on. We still have a bull scenario that could play out, and there's a bear scenario that could play out. And so, basically, depending on the clickbaitish title that I gave you, what may happen may surprise you. It indeed may, but if you're not ready for it. And so the whole goal of this video is just to kind of get you ready for the bull and the bear, okay? I'm still bearish biased. I'm still biased to the downside. I'm still looking for price to head down. Now, here's the deal. Here's the big deal. The bears are fighting for this being a 1, a 2, and then we're heading down for 3. Okay, that's what we're fighting for. That's what anybody with money and they want price to go down. That's what they're going to be trying to do. Okay, that's what their algorithms are going to be set to do, and that's what they're programming their money to do. Something like that. That's what the bears are trying for right now. What the bulls are trying for is basically. Let me get these arrows off the screen here. The bulls are fighting for the fact that this is another 5-wave move to the upside. That what we have is at minimum and ABC to the upside here. At minimum A, B, and C. Okay, and this is the 4th wave, and the way you'd count this here is 1, 2, 3. That's 4, and then we need an extended 5th wave or something like that up here. And so what you've got going on right now then is a potential, you got a potential 1-2 to the upside, okay? So we've got a potential way of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. And so that's what the bulls are fighting for. They're trying to get up here to this $8,900 region, that ballpark, okay? And so we could, that's what's in the balance right now, okay? That's what's in the balance. Now, price is moving pretty heftily right now to the downside, which is good. I'm still in a short. I didn't take my profit down here, guys. And then when price started rising, I was like, oh, dang it. Well, I should get a retrace. Never got the retrace. Now we're finally getting the retrace. So I was, in fact, it came all the way up almost to my entry. Didn't quite make my entry, or it maybe wicked up to it. But anyway, who knows? Anyway, I held on to it nonetheless. I got to learn to take profit a little bit more often. That's my big weakness in my trading for sure. But that being said, so that's what's going on. Those are the two counts, guys. Okay, so we've got an ABC to the upside. This is still a bearish outlook here. This is a bearish outlook where you have just an ABC move to the upside, and then we're going to get a 5-wave steep move to the downside. But that means we might have upside to go. Now, that's not guaranteed. In fact, I'm under the impression that possibly the way price structure has come, we could be finished. We come up to the 127 extension. We had a nice big rejection here. We had a pullback that could be interpreted as 3 waves. I don't like it interpreted as 3 waves, but it could be. And if it's interpreted as 3 waves, then we could indeed be looking at, sorry. Let me get that off the screen. We could be looking at, a 1 wave to the downside with a 2 wave put in, finished, done, complete, hit the 786 retrace, and now we're heading down. Okay. Now that won't be confirmed. Here's basically the way you're going to confirm that, guys. If we come down and break this low down here, okay, we come down and break this low right down here, that's going to at least confirm a little bit more downside minimum. Okay. In other words, that's going to confirm. That's going to, how do I say it? That's going to invalidate any kind of move to the upside. So if we break the bottom of this cannot be a 1 and then a 2 wave. It just can't be. That's impossible because Elliott Wave rule says that the 2 wave cannot breach the origin of the 1 wave. That's critical, and that is a rule. That is not a guideline. That is not. There's no finagling that. That's it. That's all there is to that rule. So understand that. So that being said, if this is going to be a 1-2 and then we're going to have a nice big 3 wave to the upside like that, then we can't break the low right here. And that low, it puts us in, what is it, around $7,700, 76 something there, 76.80 in that ballpark. So realize that that's the key. If this comes down beyond 76.80, guys, then 76.80 is a key level. That if we break that, then we're not going to be doing that kind of wave to the upside. So a count to the upside would probably be invalidated, at least in that form. Now, with that being said, let me just show you the way wave structure could happen here, because we could get complex here. We could have this complex deal where you've got a 3-wave move here. You got a 3-wave move here. And what could be working, which I don't like it, but it could happen, is you got this. You could get a 3-wave move like that, and then get another 5-wave move to the upside, where you have a 5, 3, 5 right there. And so what that would be is a big WXY. Okay, that's going to mess a lot of people up if that happens. Okay. Because basically what that would be is it would be a complex correction. Okay, complex corrections drag on time and they mess traders up. Okay, because here's the deal: when a wave goes up, it could come down in 3 simple waves like that. Okay, and so once that 3-wave move is done and it starts moving up, traders are like, oh, let me get back in. And what often happens is it'll go up and traders are in, it'll retrace, and then it'll go up a little bit more, and traders are like, oh yeah, we're reversing, and then they'll say nope, and then they'll go 3 waves down again. And so what you get is this complex double ABC correction. That's what you call a WXY. Okay, and so that's, in other words, the market makers or whoever moves the market, however it moves, it's moved more complexly when traders need to be faked out, or when liquidity zones need to be hit, and all those different what do we call it? Just those variables are in play, however the market moves. Okay, so in other words, sometimes you can get a simple correction where it's just a 3-wave move to the downside, then we're off to the races. Okay, or that 3-wave move can take a complex structure. So you always have to keep that in mind. And so how would this become a complex structure? Well, let me show you. Basically, what would happen is, where is it? Right there. Let me get a little bit bigger here. Get these fibs off of here for you. Okay, let me show you how this could become complex. So if this is some kind of a complex 3-wave, what it could be is you have a 5-wave to the downside. This could be construed as a 3-wave. I don't like it as a 3-wave. There's a lot of reasons why I don't like that as a 3-wave, but it looks more impulsive to me. But that being said, so does that. And so if that's an impulse, well, that's not an impulse. So both of them can't be an impulse in my book. This can't be an impulse and that being an impulse from an Elliott Wave perspective. I don't see how that could happen. Okay? In other words, this either has to be a... and all I'm doing is just trying to show you the variables, guys. But here, this would have to be some kind of a 3-wave move there for this to be an impulse. Okay? For this to be an impulse, this needs to be a 3-wave move. That's what I got for you. So if this becomes a complex, we could have a 5, a 3, and you could get another 5-wave down to the downside. So if we get another 5-wave down to the downside, which is possible, that becomes a complex structure, okay? So that becomes a 5-3-5, a zigzag, but it becomes complex in that it's large and it's protracted. Okay, so it's not so complex, I guess. It's not a WXY and it's a 3-3-3, but it becomes it becomes a larger correction, right? So and then what you have going on is this to me then would be some kind of a 5-wave. Then you got a 3-wave, and then we'd be off for another push. Now that may be all we get, that push up to there, and then we tank from there. That's possible. But if this were to play out, guys, I'm not feeling super strong about a big bull move unless that this becomes a large 1-2-1-2. Let me show you what a 1-2-1-2 looks like. Okay. Before I go on, let me just show you here. Sorry, guys, I'm all over the place. I apologize. So 3-wave move. Could have one more move to the upside. This could be a W, X, and a Y, then finish, then we get tank. Then tanks. That's a possibility, okay? It is possible. I'm going to show you all the possibilities that I can see, and then I'm going to tell you the way I'm going to trade it, okay? So that just hang in there for me. The other possibility is that this is finished, complete, done, kaput. This is a 5-3-5 finished, okay? And that basically is a W, X, and a Y wave, something like that. And that's done. I'm not inclined to think that. I'm having a hard time. There's a rule I have been meaning to check for. There's a rule I've been meaning to check from Elliott Wave, and I haven't done it. I should have done it before this live stream. And I really kind of need to, because if anybody knows it, let me know, because I don't know everything. I don't remember all the rules. Can a WXY, can the X wave come down below, if it's a WXY, below the origin of the W wave? Can't remember that. So if somebody wants to look that up and find that, share that with me, that'd be great. I need to know that, because basically other than that, then this would have to be a flat. Okay, if that's a flat, that's a 3-3-5, and that means we need 5 waves here, guys. We need, and 5 waves wouldn't be done. I can't see 5 waves finished. We would need 1, 2. This couldn't be 3. We'd be making 3, 4, 5 like that. It'd have to go up higher than that. It'd have to get up here to the $9,000 region, and then tank off of that. Okay. All right. Thanks, Carrie. Appreciate that. Yeah, then so that's something to consider very, very strongly. That if that's right, Carrie, that the X wave cannot come beyond the origin of the W wave in a WXY. Then if that's the case, then this really, if this is a flat, then I need to see 5 waves, and I'm not seeing it finished. Okay, I'm not seeing it complete. So chances are that we have actually a move to the upside still to come. Possibly. other than that, the only other way you can see this market done is that, or see this market differently, is you'd have to imply that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's a fifth wave right here. I don't like that as a fifth wave. I've shared why in previous videos that that's a 3-wave move. There's a big reason why I don't like that as a 3-wave. I mean, a 5-wave. But I imagine sometimes, you can get a big 1, 2, 3, you got a little 4 or 5 like that, and then it's done, and it is what it is. So that being said, back to my thoughts. So what I'm doing is I'm thinking out loud with you. I'm talking about validation and invalidation points. I'm talking about wave shapes and what can and cannot take place based on what just happened. What kind of format, what kind of a structure can we expect to get off of this structure? So the big question marks for me are, what is this right here? Okay, is that a 5-wave or a 3-wave? Okay, good arguments for both sides, for a 5-wave and a 3-wave. It's awful deep. It's awful deep. Okay, to be a 3-wave for me. So that's something that has me hesitating, but don't want to. This, however, is awful steep to be a 3-wave as well. It looks very, very much more like a. It looks much more like an impulse wave to me. So I'm vacillating back and forth. So what I'm considering probably as a good potential is two different. Let me show you the bullish counts. Let me show you the bearish count, and we'll go from there. Okay. So here's the bull scenario that I'm looking at. We could be dealing with a 1, 2, 1, 2, and here's how it could take shape. Here's a 1. That's a 2. This is a 1. We get another 2-wave, okay? Where this correction actually comes down here, probably meets the trend line down here. Probably this trend line, it probably will meet it, okay? It'll be kind of low. It'll be, definitely a potential. So what that would actually be is actually the beginning of a major bull move, okay? In other words, we got a 1, 2, and then what the 1, 2 behind it is the first 2 waves of the 3rd wave. And that's a very, very, very bullish nesting pattern, okay? When you have a nest of 1, 2, 1, 2s. All right, let me show you what that would look like in the grand scheme of things. Let's see if I can clear this up a little bit. So we're talking bull right now. So you're not taken by surprise if you're a bear, because I'm a bear, guys, but I'm preparing myself for bull, okay? I want to be able to trade it to the upside. I'm not so stuck on my opinion that it's going down that I can't trade it to the upside. I just want to be confirmed, however, that we're going up, okay? And so I don't mind missing a little bit of that move. I missed that move, fine. Okay, I mean, there's going to be another $1,000 moves. I'm not worried about Bitcoin running off without me, okay? Even when you had a $3,000 move, guys, we had another $4,000 move to the downside. So, I mean, I'm just like, I didn't catch this wave, but I caught all of that pretty much, almost all of it. I missed some of it right here in the middle, but I caught the very end. And so I caught this wave to the upside, and I caught some of this wave to the downside. Yeah, I've caught some of all of this, but I haven't caught it all, and I'm not worried about catching it all. I'm not a Pokemon. Got to catch them all. That's not me. Okay? Oh, okay. I was just reading somebody's comment. I didn't understand it. All right. So anyway, that being said, a 1, 2, 1, 2 is very bullish. Here's the way it would look. Okay. You got a 1 and a 2. Okay. Then the 3rd wave is going to be pretty bullish like this. Something like that. That's the way the impulse wave is going to move. Let me throw a fib on that and see if I can get a better projection of what that 1, 2 would look like, or the one that motive wave would look like. Yeah, I mean, with the size of that wave and the size of this wave, I would expect we would get up here to the 3618 extension at least here with the way this, if this is a 1, 2, 1, 2. And so what that would then look like here, the subdivision would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there like that. And so that would how you'd get up here to that. And so that would be big time bull run, guys. This is reversal type stuff. This is a wave like that is like, hey guys, we're going to the moon, but not quite yet. Because if we get a wave like this, guys, you got to realize that you're going to get a pullback in a three-wave function or something like that to the downside, at least 50 to 60% minimum, I would think. So you would expect it to come on down, give yourself a good 50 to 60%, and then guys, that's when we load up here, load up right here, and then we go to the moon. Now we can catch some of that on the way up, and we can catch a lot of this on the way down, and then we load up and then we hold on for dear life. We don't even trade that sucker. We just ride. All right, guys, had a little bit of a computer crash. Sorry about that. Am I back? Let me know if I'm back. Am I back online? Hello? Let me know if I'm back, guys. I don't know what happened, but OBS crashed, and just wanted to... how we doing? Okay, all right. Looks like we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Last sentence you heard. Somebody tell me the last sentence you heard. Okay. 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 So, well, I was talking about the 1-2-1-2 scenario. Okay. So if it's a 1-2-1-2, you're dealing with this, this kind of a moonish type look, guys, and this is the 1-2 wave. Okay. So if we were to zoom in here on this count, what that would be then is that what we just got. Let's see if I can get it here. That first wave done. Here's a 2 wave to the downside. There's 3. Okay, and so now we have the a first wave complete, and this could be a 1-2, okay, of the next wave. Okay, in other words, I'm just telling you what it possibly could be. This is a 1-2, could be. I don't like that because this looks impulsive, but I'm just telling you it's possible to count this as a 3 wave in there somehow. That's a possibility, but if it is a 3 wave, then guys, then that could be finished. And then this is an impulse. This looks very impulsive to me. It could also be counted as a 3 wave. I've got ways to count that as a 3 wave. I'm just talking about potentials. We could have a 3 wave and a 3 wave, and we would expect another 3 wave to come on down. And this could be a big 1-2. Okay, and I think that's where I was in the comments, guys, where. That most likely, though, I would expect on a 1-2-1-2, we'd come back down, retest this trend line. Okay, if we draw this trend line, a lot of times that's what the 1-2-1-2s do. They look very corrective, but they actually turn out to be very, very bullish. Okay, so I've learned to recognize them a lot and at least look for them. So that's a possibility. That's a very, very bull scenario, guys. So if we're reversing, that's how we're doing it. Okay, potentially. So let's zoom in here, see if there's any credence to that. Okay, good. I'm glad you heard all that, Robert. Very good. Thank you very much. I'm glad to know you heard that because I didn't want to revisit all that. All right, now what is this wave here? Okay, well, just kind of compare. Let me just show you. I want you to compare. And you should always look left, guys, at previous wave structures. The same algorithms are pumping, okay? Same algorithms are pumping. So we had a pump to the downside, had a little bit of a second leg, okay? And then we had a reversal off of it in 3 waves, and then we continued down, okay? That's what's kind of going on right here. It looks like we've got a pump to the downside, a little bit back, and then we got a second leg down, getting a little bit of a reversal. I would expect this to be a 3 wave to the upside, and then more downside to come. That's probably the kind of price action I'm kind of looking for based upon that fractal action there. Especially, I mean, if you just look at that wave shape right there as compared to this wave shape, it's just uncanny the way, and of course the market moves like that all the time, but just keep that in mind. This is a little smaller than that, but it's still corrective in nature, or at least going down impulsively down in the downside potentially. All right, so this we were talking about this in the trading group today. A couple of people mentioned this is a possibility that what we could have Here is an expanded flat here to the upside. I mean to the downside, upside, however you want to look at it. We could have an expanded flat correction working. Okay, once that thing's finished, it could go to the moon from there. Okay, we totally could. This could be a one wave right there. That just be our one wave. The way I would count this wave, if that's the case. Guys, there's so many variables right now, and I'm sorry. I hope you're not being confused like crazy, but it's just these are the variables that are in the market right now. This would be 1, 2, 3. Here's a running flat 4, and here's a 5 wave right there. Running flat right here, A, B, C right there. And it's not beautiful, but it's potential way to count that. Maybe more like this. Okay. I don't even know if I like that. This was really hard to understand. It could be some kind of a triangle that's odd, like some kind of a running triangle maybe. I don't even like that at all. It's just actually there could be a triangle right in here. A, B, and C like that. Still some kind of a corrective. And then we got another. But this looks very impulsive. This looks very corrective. Looks impulsive. Okay. That also could be a 3 wave. It could be a 5, 3, and a 5. And so that's why it's hard. That's why this is so hard to understand, or at least to know exactly what's happening. Because of the nature of the waves that's been playing out, okay? And I'm sorry to be, I'm just telling you what I'm seeing, and this is all the stuff that's in my brain, and I don't expect you to understand it all, but know that ththese are all different possibilities. I know it could go up or it could go down. I understand that, and I'm not here to say, well, guys, it could go up or down. You never know. I'm here to actually say, okay, if it goes down, if it goes up, how do we play it, okay? So I've given you a bullish scenario. We could be getting some kind of a 3-wave move to the downside here. If we get another push to the downside that does not break the low, that measures correctively, 3-wave-ish, and it's corrective. Okay, I don't want to break the low. I want to see 3 waves. I want to see it corrective and finished. Okay, and then we have a potential long on our hands. Okay, we have a potential long on our hands up to the upside. My first target area would be, somewhere around. I'd like to see 8,600 first. I want to see that hit. Then I want to go ahead and see 8,800, 89, and 9,000. Those regions are very critical, and there's different fibs that land on each of those points. There's different structure at each of those points as well. So if we're looking any kind of bull, now if we're looking bear, guys, how's it going to come down if it's coming down bear? Okay. The only way I could see a bear scenario from here, if this is an expanded flat, okay, expanded flat right here, and this being a finished 5 waves, okay, is that this is we got some kind of a 1-2 down here that's hidden, okay, all right. 3, 4, okay, that's 4, and this is an extended 5th wave. Okay, that's the only way we can count that as 5 waves. We got a 1, 2, all that's 3, 4, extended 5th wave, and now it's finished. Okay, and so what we've got is an expanded flat. It's finished, and we're coming down. That's the only way it could be bear coming down. Then it would have to be your count would have to be that this is definitely 5 waves. Well, come on, 5 waves. Okay. And that this is definitely 3 waves somehow. Don't do that. This is definitely 3 waves here. And then we need to be coming down impulsively from there. Okay? That's the only way you can justify coming down from here. So we'd have to come break this low pretty quick. Okay? Pretty quick. It would be in the 3rd wave, guys. And so it would need to be fairly impulsive and coming down, breaking that low. Probably happen tonight if it's going to happen. Okay, it'll happen overnight tonight. We'll get this low broken if that's the way. Now, the other bearish count that we have is that we go up a little further. Okay, and then we come down. And then the way we count this wave is this. We have, come on. All this is a 1 wave. That's a 2 wave. That's simple and clear, okay? Then what we have here is 1, 2, 3, 4. You need a 5th wave to finish the 3rd wave. So we'd be coming up here for a 3rd wave. We would need to come kind of sideways, basically down to a 382 or a 286, 236, retrace. 382 to 50% is more ideal in that ballpark between those two for some kind of a 4th wave. Then we put it in our 5th wave. Okay, stop hunt. It'll probably go beyond this, fake everybody out, and come on back in. So that's another scenario, guys. Okay, so keep that in mind as well. But that's the way I can't see this as a 3rd wave finished. I don't like this count a whole lot, but I'm at least have to give it some validation because this. We need to see either the follow through here, okay, for me to be satisfied, or I've got to reconsider this as a 3 wave. It's just so deep. It's so deep. It's just oddly shaped to be looking like this. Now let me show you one other count that I gave the other day that is another possibility. That actually we already have our 1 2 1 2 put in. That this is actually 1 2. This is actually 1 2. And this is actually 1. Now we're putting in the 2 wave, and we're getting ready to shoot the moon. And that's going to happen like, tonight, tomorrow. We're going to start doing that. So that's another possibility. I'm very on guard for the upside, guys. Very on guard for the upside. I'm still in a short right now. I'm very in the mindset. I'm ready to close it. If we don't get any more validation to the downside, if we don't get any kind of more push to the downside, back to retest this region here, then I'm ready to close that sucker and go long. Because guys, the market is looking bullish. It looks bullish. All the counts are looking bullish. But there again, here's the thing. When it looks bullish, to me, I step back and I say, wait a minute, because I've been bear so long, I've been a bear mindset so long, for me to shift over to bull, I got to say, man, I can't tell you how many times I've last minute changed my mind, said, you know what, I've been bearish, but I'm going to go bull now, and then all of a sudden, nope, I was right, or I was bullish, and then I turned bearish at the last minute, changed my mind. And that's the way the market kind of does me a lot of times. I don't know. Has that ever happened to you guys where you're, you thought about it and you've been in a certain mindset along, but then the market does something you weren't expecting. And then all of a sudden you find yourself changing your sentiment in your mind. And then all of a sudden you start to go with it, or you make a decision to trade with it. And then boom, it goes the direction you expected. I wonder how many of you guys have experienced that, So that being said, I know it's looking bull, guys, but here, let me ask you a question. Today, when this market was doing this, how many of you guys were freaking out once this wave started breaking this high right here? How many of you started freaking out and thinking, oh no, and started getting FOMO-ish all inside? Okay? This is looking really bullish. It goes up and it starts. This wave, I sat and watched this in real time. It started creeping up just like this. Just like that. And then all of a sudden, nope, never mind. It's just crazy. So realize that, guys. That's the way the market does you. That's the way the market is designed to do you. They want you, their algorithms and their computers. You're trading against computers, guys. The computers of the market makers and the exchanges, and the market makers are the ones with the liquidity and whatnot. And listen, they need to keep their books stable, and they need the market to do this and that. And so their computers are designed to make candles look a certain way for fake outs. This was a nice stop hunt to the upside. Then we're coming down. But I said today, guys, I said, watch out. We could just get a reversal off of that and up to the upside. So anyway. Yeah. So just be cautious, guys. And I don't want anything to take you guys by surprise. That you realize that if you're a bull, you need to know that there's a legitimate bear case. It's legitimate and it's real, okay? And you need to get out of this mindset that you're only bull-minded, okay? But if you're a bear and you're like, yeah, that's right, Jim, bear-minded. No, you got to get out of the mindset too that you're only bear-minded, that this thing is going down, and you get so locked into your position. You have to fight for neutrality within yourself, and it's really, 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 really hard. It's hard for me as well, especially when I see something. I'm like, man, that's going down, and I can't see it any other way. I try to look at it, and I can't see it any other way. But still, guys, you just got to keep your head about you. Make sure that you're being smart, and don't get locked into your position, okay? Be fluid with the market, whether you're a bull or a bear. And so that's why I find abrasive the guys that come into my chat here and say, oh, it's going up. It's definitely going up. And you guys, I told you, you better, you should have listened to me. I just don't appreciate that kind of a sentiment. I understand that you have a strong opinion about your opinion, but the market doesn't care about your opinion. The market makers, they can take the price whichever way they want to, anytime they want to, okay? So you just got to realize that, guys. You got to understand that, guys. And so you have to stop being the kind of person that says, oh, yeah, it's definitely doing this or definitely doing that. You can say it's likely doing this, it's likely doing that, or it looks like very probable that this is going to happen or that's going to happen. But stop speaking indefinites and stop being so strong in your opinion that you can't possibly see the other side. You have to force yourself to see the arguments of both sides, okay? And that's what I've been doing all day long. That's what I've been doing all day long, trying to make sure I don't want to miss. To be honest with you, if we get a run up to $8,900 to $9,000, I personally don't want to miss that move. Okay, I've got a FOMO about that, but it's not FOMO that I'm jumping in right now. I got a strong mindset that says, I don't want to miss that move. I want to catch that move. I want to be on that ride, okay, when it takes off, because I missed the one from 6,900, and I didn't shoot. So mad at myself. I didn't take profit down there. It's unreal. I didn't take my profit. It came and took it all back. I even sat in that trade. Negative for a while. I was just frustrated. You just make trading mistakes, and you're like, hindsight's 20/20 and all that jazz. But here's the deal: I don't want to miss a move to the upside. And so if price is going up, I'm watching this market like a hawk. I'm watching this wave structure. I'm making sure that I'm on top of what can happen from here, and I'm ready when I see, I got confirmation to one side or the other. I'm jumping in, either jumping out of my short or jumping into a long, one of the two, or staying in my short with confidence, whatever it is. And so that's what I'm trying to do. I can't give you everything that I know. I know even when I give you the possible scenarios, it's still kind of like, I'm lost, Jim. I don't even understand why can it do all that? I mean, because I understand Elliott Wave. I've studied Elliott Wave for the last several years. I've studied charts like crazy. I understand the different structures that can come from what I do is I take what we have now and I say, okay, these are the only things that are allowed by Elliott Wave rules to come. Now, the market doesn't follow Elliott Wave rules, but here's the deal. Elliott designed his rules based on what the market does on a regular basis. It's the repeating patterns that he saw over and over and over and over. And it's almost so definitively repetitious that he developed these rules that, like, this never happens, or this always happens. And so there's a rule set that you have to learn and know and understand that I've been teaching in my Thursday night streams. And so if you live streams, if you guys haven't been part of those, make sure you go back through my list and find the Thursday night lives that I've been doing and Thursday night trading night school, and that'll help you. Okay. I know I'm doing a lot of talking here, guys, but anyway. Yeah, Bernard, I to be honest with you, I'm kind of liking the idea of a pump up to $8,900 to $9,000. But if it gets that high, guys, I'm going to start turning a little bit more bullish. I really like to see it come up to about $8,800 and stop. Personally, that'll become a real clear chart to me. It'll become pretty clear to me, because if it gets up to $9,000, guys, I'm really thinking that this is more. I'm thinking this is a lot more bullish than we're giving it credit for, because here we have the at 88. You get it right on the tick here. at 88.24 here, guys, we've got the 1618 extension, okay? So the 1618 extension, why is that extension important? Remember, that's the extension where wave 3 often comes, or most often comes. We would expect a wave 3 to break that. So if I get price up to $8,900 and $9,000 and it begins to hold it for a little bit, and we get just a small pullback, and then we get follow through, guys, that's going to look like an impulse wave to me. Okay, that's going to be very, very bullish to me. And that kind of wave structure would be outside of, that would be higher than I would expect for an expanded flat. Although it could happen as an expanded flat, I would be less likely thinking of it as that. So anyway, with that being said, but look what would happen if price gets up here like that. We'd be breaking this channel, guys. You know how much money is going to come into the market once we broke that channel? That'd be FOMOing like crazy, okay? There'd be a lot of, once this channel is broken, guys, and is broken significantly, that's why 9,000 is a critical level for me, $8,800 to $9,000. That's critical. If it gets up here strongly, guys, it's going to go up, okay? It's going to go up strong, okay? And it's going to be a little while before you get that three-wave pullback that I was talking about. It's going to be a little while before you get this, okay? You're going to get it, but you're going to be waiting a month or so, okay? Let me remind you of what happened back in January of last year. Go to the 8-hour chart for a minute and show you. We had a reversal wave here down here, guys, and then we had this three-wave pullback that took from December 20th all the way to February 4th in that ballpark, February 8th. So, I mean, there's a month and a half that this correction took you down before it started going up again. So you got to realize that, guys, even if we get this impulse wave, if we get a correction, it's going to be a month or two before we get our entry back in. So I would like to catch this move if it comes in. I don't want to miss it if it comes. But I also don't want to be duped into thinking it's going up, because from an Elliott Wave perspective, it could go down right now. It doesn't... It doesn't have to go up. It could totally be complete right now. Let me show you again the Elliott count that we have. W, X, Y. This is X. Looking for Z to play out. The reason why I don't think Z is done, because this is a 5, a 3, and a 5. Okay? So the big question mark, even if we go up a little higher, up to the $8,800 region, $8,900 region, we're fine. If it busts the $9,000 region, I'm going to be like, oh man, what's going on? That's the way I'm going to be. But I think we're looking for good short positions down at the top if it goes up. But it doesn't have to, guys. It does not have to. Okay. So yeah. All right. I have ignored you guys in the chat, and I don't know if I have time to scroll through all the chat, but you guys have been doing very. So let me just kind of go backwards. It's Tommy DT. You said you will tell why you like the 127 fib. Can you rephrase that question, buddy? What did I say, and what question do you have? What specifically? Just chill. It could be the bears and the moon. All right, wave function. You say, I'm a beginning trader, just started learning, but now I'm being told none of this technical analysis works, and I'm being scammed by anyone calling themselves a day trader. Yeah, I hear you, man. There's a lot of misinformation out there, brother. What I would suggest that you do, wave function, is watch my channel on a regular basis for the next couple of weeks. Understand what I've just shared with you. And put me to the test, okay? You can watch other guys like Crypto Hippo as well. You can watch other guys like Sin Crypto, and then Crypto Elliott Wave. They're all good channels I would recommend to you. They're all Elliott Wave traders. Anyway, we all have something to offer in that community. And then what I would suggest is that you just watch us and then put us to the test. See if what we're saying is right. There's any credibility. But the other thing you might do is I have a private Telegram group that you can become a part of. Just to join, it's $25 a month subscription. There's no I've always said if somebody's dissatisfied with being in the group, they don't feel like it was worth $25, I'll give it back to you. So if you want to join and just be a part of a trading group for a little while and see what we talk about during trading hours and what we're doing, just come join. Just join my Patreon, and it's well worth the $25 investment. I was just talking to Aaron in our group today, and he was just telling me how many of the bad decisions he stopped making, and he's getting the losers out, and working on taking profit more often. And he was just sharing some positive things with me in a private. And I was just really encouraged by that. And so, there's ways to grow within the group. But anyway, there are you can learn within the group dynamic. So that's what I would say to you, Wave Function. But no scams here, man. If you wanna join and you're not happy with what you get after a month, then please let me know, and I'll be glad to refund it for you. And anybody else, that goes for anybody else that wants to join the Telegram group. It's there's a description in the box here in the description box here. There's a Patreon link. You just go to the Patreon and you sign up. I don't push that a lot. I mention it on occasion, but I don't push that a lot. I'm not here to take your money. I am using the Patreon as a way to support our family, as I'm here. I'm pastoring a church here in Maryville, Missouri, and trying to make ends meet for my family, because I don't take any kind of salary as a pastor in the ministry that we're doing. So we're trying to plant a Bible church within a college community here. And it's pretty difficult. College students aren't able to support a pastor or anything like that, but they still need love and attention. So we spend a lot of time with college students here as well. Anyway, yeah, that's a little bit about me, just so you know who I am, and that's what you could do. Josh, it goes down or up, and I've kind of been given those different scenarios and those invalidation points, Josh, for sure. Let's see, Tommy, what'd you say? He says, all right, you said in your live stream yesterday, maybe you forgot. Never mind. I'm just trying to remember what I was saying so I can clarify it for you, Tommy DT. Really, I don't mind. The 127 fib, just so you know, guys, is a corrective fib. I mean, and it's where the market comes over and over and over. Let me just take a minute and show you guys the 127 fib extension. Okay, let me just show you, because you'll understand where I'm coming from here. So the 1-to-1 extension and the 127 are where corrective waves come. So if I measure, like for instance, this first wave right here, if I measure this wave, and then we come back and measure it off of that, you'll see this one came to the 786. Okay, so that one's a little outlier, but 786 is another extension that's been common in this particular one. Here, this one came to the 1-to-1 extension. Okay, the 127's up here. Okay, then let's see. You have this right here. Here's the 127 extension. This one came just past the 127 extension and came on down. Okay. This one came to the 12618. So that was a big one. This one right here, if you measure it from here to here, you can see that we've come to the 127 extension. So that 127 extension is it's a corrective fib. Okay, it's where a lot of these waves finish. They stop. They'll go right through it, and then they stop and reverse from there. And so, so just understand that's what the 127 fib is. And so, if that helps you a little bit. Well, hey. Jay Lee, there's nothing evil about trading, but one of my heart is to protect you guys from the big mistakes that I made, growing as a trader and learning. And I still make mistakes as a trader on occasion, and it happens. We're all still growing and learning. This year, I'm making some adjustments, and but that being said, there's nothing evil about trading. I'm not addicted to money here. I'm just trying to make a living for my family, and I don't want to. Right now, I'm a contractor. I remodel kitchens and bathrooms, and I do decks and sheds, and I'm just tired of that work. I have 2 degrees, and I used to teach elementary school before I went to I left that to go into the ministry, and Anyway, we've never made a lot of money ever, and I just know that money's always come hard to me, and I really found trading to be really interesting, a big puzzle, and I really enjoyed it, and so I just started studying it over the last couple of years, and I've really liked it, and I'm trying to transition to full-time day trading, so that's where I am. So anyway, yeah. How far do you think we'd drop before it goes up? Have we hit rock bottom? Thanks, Josh, for that. Appreciate it. Guys, right now, I'll be honest with you as far as my sentiment. You're asking my sentiment. My sentiment is about as neutral as I can be right now. I am in a short position from 82.90, and I am as... Hey, that's awesome. I like sin a lot, man. I send a lot of people to sin as well. So, Jamar, glad you're here. I am in a short from, what did I say, 82.90, but I'm ready to cut it at any time the market, I see a setup that I like that is high probability going down. So, anyway, so guys, my sentiment, have we hit rock bottom? It's a possibility, okay, but it's for me not a likely possibility. I'm more bearish than I am bullish, but I find right now where we are in the chart is critical. Whatever happens now is going to tell the tale, and so really I'm on guard right now. I can't tell you, I can't explain it, but I've been trying to guard the group all day long today. I've actually sat with the group the entire day today, except for the time I took my son to McDonald's to have his party today. I have been like shepherding you guys as best I could today, just trying to make sure that we saw the waves and we're all ready for this trade. And I told everybody what I've been thinking all day long. I've been doing it all day long, and this live stream is just an extension of that. Anyway, I realize for me, guys, this is I can't tell you guys, but I hope you understand. It is super critical where we are in the chart right now. It is in the balance, okay? And I think that's the title of this video. It is in the balance and is really, really critical. It could go up, it could go down. Nothing is confirmed either way. And so right now, tonight is going to be a huge night for Bitcoin, big time night. Okay, I really want to see what's going to happen tonight and tomorrow. I hate Bitcoin when it moves on Sunday. It really moves on Sunday. It messes me up because I'm usually teaching my people, and anyway, it's just frustrating because I'd rather be teaching my people, to be honest with you, the Word of God. But that being said, in the back of my mind as a trader, I'm thinking, the market's moving, and so that becomes a conflict, and I just turn my phone off or set it aside, and we do, and I just let the market do whatever it's going to do. Try to position myself the best I can during those times. So it's super hard, especially on Sundays when big moves happen. So guys, this thing is really critical. That's exactly right. Trend is your friend, and right now the trend is down. I feel down, but I realize that it could go up, and I see the potentiality for it in the chart, but I'm just on guard for it. But my money is saying down. I'm in a short position right now. If it goes up to 8,800 before down, I would like to catch that move. So I'm really on guard for that move. I'd like to catch a good $400 of that move at least. If it gets up to that the $8,800 region, $86 to $8,800 region, I would like to catch some of that. And if it goes on even higher, I'd like to be on board for that. And so really, I'm really, really I'm going to be probably pulling an all-nighter tonight, at around 2 a.m. when the market likes to move on Sunday mornings, and then in the morning, I'm just going to be trying to be on guard for what's happening and try to see it before it happens. But I am bearish, but you got to realize that the chart is in the balance right now, and that's real. I'm not blowing smoke. I'm not just trying to get you to click on the video. That's real. And 8,500 be the line in the sand. I don't know that there's a line in the sand. Yeah, I mean, a new high, definitely. But how many times, guys, have we seen a new high and then boom, down? So be careful with that. Be careful with wicks that break the high and come down. But yes, let me just tell you what I'd like to see. I've been doing a lot of talking, not a lot of charting. I hope this is helpful for you guys in some way, and it's not, not bothersome to you. What I would personally like to see if it's bull, I would like to see this. It would be really, really nice to see this. I'd like to see this either play out as a 3-wave that's clear as day. I want it to be clear. Okay, I want to see a nice 3-wave clear as day that does not break this low right here, and gives me a nice reaction candle off of that, buddy. I think I'd go long there with a good risk reward. Though if we break this low again, then that would be my stop, and I would only miss that much of a short move. So I'd like to see price come back down to this region in a 3-wave fashion. Okay, that'd be my ideal. Second ideal, and even better ideal than that, would be if this comes down impulsively, and this is an impulse, and then we get an impulse down like that. We get a zigzag impulse like that, and then we get a clear. What would be ideal is that if it comes down and touches this trend line right here. That's a mega ideal situation for me. Then I'd be dealing with a 1-2, a 1-2, 1-2. I'd be loving that all day long. I'd be on board for that, buddy, buckling up for the ride. Okay, so I would really, really like that as a potential count. I'd be buckling up for that move. I'd catch this short all the way down. That'd be a nice move from 82.90 down to 71, and then it'd be heading up. So those are scenarios that I'd really like to see. Now, whether the market gives that to us, who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I agree. I'd be looking for the rock bottom on one more move down. Yeah, until it begins to bend. I like that, K4. Let's see. I'm still thinking one more time down to 58. Yeah, I hope so, Brenda. I think if it gets down to that region, I think it's gonna be lower than 58 personally. Hey, tacky and faster than light. I guess. What's up? Awesome. Hey, I'm glad you like it. Thanks, K4. Let's see. How did I draw the channel? You're talking about the really big one, Crypto Fever, the really large channel on my screen, like that. That is the parallel channel on TradingView. Let me show it to you. Over here, let's see where it is. It's up here where the arrow is, guys. See this arrow up here, the trend line area? You go down here and you'll see the parallel channel. Boom, like that. And what you want to do is if it's an uptrend, you draw it from the bottom. Okay. 2 clicks. Let me show that to you again. So right up here, where the trend line is, the parallel trading channel, boom. Oh. I also have it in my favorites bar down here, so I just use my favorites. Boom. Boom. Might have just had a wick over it and then coming back down, so it could be doing that as well. I like that better. So that's how I drew the channel. Down to 72. Okay. All right, Bob Becker. You got me. That's true. That's true, my friend. Love you, man. Love your humor. Stanley Cloud. Descending triangle? What time frame? Stanley Cloud? Love to. 4 hour shows it. Okay, let's say the 4 hour. Are you calling this a descending triangle here? So if I take that off instead of a parallel channel, is Stanley, are you saying something like this? Is that what you're saying? I'm not sure. I'm just asking. Stanley, is that what you're looking at? Yeah, just yeah, you can post your chart. All you got to do is give me the last. See where up here at the top with the at the chart name. Just give me the last portion of it. After tradingview.com, give me everything after that and post it in the chat, and then I'll be able to copy and paste and put it up. Yeah, I'll be glad to look at your chart. No problem. I'm surprised Khalid's not here sharing his chart. Khalid's a good dude. He's really learning and growing and trying to get this Elliott Wave stuff. All right, let's see here. Jim, could you please draw again what negates a bull and what negates bear? Did this range stay the same? Yeah, give me a minute, Jana. Let's see. Brenda says, where would you put us in the a pullback to test support on that channel? I mean, yeah, hold on. I'll answer that too. What's up, Gary? How's it going, buddy? All right, I got what you got. Okay, top lines. Yeah, what I tried to do is get as many touches as I can here, but you know, it's not a perfect deal. I could do it this way there, but then I got a bottom issue. You know, I like if we break out of that, guys, I mean, that's going to be on for people. Yeah, you know, guys, I don't analyze the volume a whole lot, and I'm not against it. I just don't. What I've found is that the volume tends to come in at the moment the market moves. In other words, the volume comes in when it's needed. So the volume to me is kind of a lagging indicator. But I know that, you know, you can see patterns in the volume, but I'm not very gifted and knowledgeable in that area. So I don't do a lot of volume analysis. So Sen does a lot of volume analysis. I think that's what he can give you better than I can give you, for sure. Just an area that I need to study and grow in, for sure. All right, let me kind of go back and answer these questions here to see if I can answer. I wanted to see if any questions were going to overlap. I really appreciate the interaction. There's 77 of you here. That's awesome. Welcome. Okay, so, I mean, there's different ways we can pull back, guys, and so there's really, you got to remember, there's different ways this bull wave can go. For instance, this could be 1, 2, and then we could be going up for 3, 4, 5, like that. You know, up, you know, like that. That could be what we're dealing with. Okay, you got to realize that. And within that scheme. There's so many variables and so many options, guys. It's crazy. So that means we got a 1 dealing with a 2. I want to see 3 waves come down here, okay, and not break this low before we'd be heading up for 3, 4, 5 like that of the subwaves of the third wave. Okay, I didn't draw that to fit, but you get the idea. So the question mark is how is this coming down? Is this coming down like that, and then we're going up? Okay, or I mean, the other way it could come down, the other way, if we ever break this low right here, so if we break this low of 76.80 in that ballpark, if we break that low, this 1, 2 is off the table. It's no good. Okay, that's not an option because the 2 can't break the area of the 1. So if 76.80 or whatever that low is in that ballpark, if that gets broken, if this low gets broken, then that can't be 1, 2. It's got to be something else. And so then you're back to the drawing board. Okay, what else are we dealing with here? Well, we could be dealing with, okay, you got to realize you could be dealing with A, B, C to the downside like that. We could get another low down here, guys, about back down to 74, 7,300, 7,500 in that region, in this structure zone, in this area of support right here. Okay, let me just show you the areas of support. I mean, look how many. this area, this region right here was resistance, right? All that. We came down and we hit it and we bounced off of it, okay? So all of this resistance, we broke through it, it came back and it became support, right? And so that's why a lot of traders are thinking we're going up from here, because this came down to this area right here and it bounced and it's become support now. That doesn't mean a thing, because it could easily come back and do that, okay? I mean, now if it comes back and hits it and bounces again, I'd be a little bit more impressed, okay? But again, but it can't break. I wouldn't want to see it break this low, okay? If it broke this low, I wouldn't be impressed at all, because that's more downside, indicating eventually, okay? So realize that. So this could be a one wave followed by a two wave, and then we go up from there. Or this is a one wave, and we get a longer protracted two wave like that, and then it goes up from here. Or this is the end of our correction. This is 1, 2, and this is, we're getting ready to get 3 to the downside. So to me, that's the way I'm looking at all of this. Basically, those are the main ways that I'm looking at this market. And so I can't tell you, what it's going to do. I just, as information comes in, I can say, okay, this is what we're watching for now. This is the next thing we're looking for until that gets invalidated, and then we can throw it off the table. Then I can say, okay, here's the next thing we're looking for. And that's the benefits you're going to get out of the Telegram group, guys, is that as information comes in, I'm going to share a chart. So, okay, here's what I'm watching. Okay, and that gives you something to be watching for, especially if you don't understand Elliott Wave and you want to be kind of ready for the different scenarios. I've been trying desperately to get my people ready for the scenarios coming, because I don't want to miss the next trade. Okay, don't want to miss it. I'm trying my very hardest not to miss the next trade. All right, let's see. It's a user one. I look forward to the day when Bitcoin gaps. I would love that. Sure. I just want to be on the train when it goes. Let's see. I haven't forgotten your chart. Stanley, just give me 1 minute, okay? Yeah, margin trader, no problem. Shoot you now. Did you go long today or short? What are you, Gary? Long or short? I don't want to shoot you now, buddy. Don't want to shoot you, buddy. All right, let me look at Stanley's chart here and see what's going on here. Looks like we're getting some kind of a bounce here in Litecoin. There is bearish divergence here in Litecoin. I don't know if you noticed it on the 1 hour here. We've got bearish divergence. That's why we got this move to the downside. The funny thing is we have hidden bullish divergence now. We had a lower move on the RSI right there. Could be ranging in a wedge pattern to the downside. But anyway, I guess what the point here is that we've got to move these two peaks right here are to the upside, where the RSI made a lower low. That's what you call hidden bullish divergence on Litecoin. So I'm watching that carefully as well. So again, I'm just ultra on guard right now. On guard. All right, let me see. I'm gonna have to find the live stream. I'm scared if I here, let me do it this way. The chat is not loaded because I disconnected before, and so I don't want to reload that chat. Dang it. All right, let me just type it in the slow way. 4 N7. Dang it, is that a 1 or a L? 1 4 7 DD. Doesn't exist. Let's try this to be an L. Doesn't exist either. How about a capital I? So we got chart 4 N 7147 DD. Capital I. Let's try that. Not coming up, my man. Not coming up. What you need to do is go up here to publish, or not publish, but go up here to take a snapshot. Click take a snapshot. Then go to the image URL right here. Basically, you can copy that image URL and then paste it in the chat, and then just delete the tradingview.com part of it. That's what you need to do in order to share something that works here. Try that. Sorry, Stanley. I'm doing my best. All right, guys, I don't know if you remember, I was sharing earlier the fractal nature of the wave here, the shape of the wave right here earlier. Just show it again here. You see the shape of this wave right here? How we kind of came down straight, kind of came back, and then made another dip, and then we kind of came up. Well, that's kind of what we're doing here. We came down straight, made one more hit, we kind of came up. Now I think we're going to probably do this trick and then come on down. So it looks like that's kind of playing out still. So still looking for more downside, more than likely on the short-term wave action there. Man, I really want to see your chart, Stanley. So I'm doing. Oh, there we go. You got. There we go. Let me try that. Yeah, I'm doing my best to pull it up, my brother. Doing my best to pull it up. Let's try it this way. We got X/U capital Y 3 S E C 3C. Boom. Hey. There it is. All right, this is on the 4-hour chart. This is Bitcoin, US dollars, okay? Okay, so you're calling this kind of a descending triangle here? To me, I can't call that a descending triangle because it's too much speculation. I don't speculate that far in advance. I don't have enough information I don't have another hit to the bottom, that's kind of showing me, if you're calling this the hit, I don't know that I can personally call that part of the triangle because the triangle doesn't technically start until this wave right here, this down wave. And so this would be your A, B. When you get your C wave, then that's when you can kind of say, okay, I got trend lines now to draw. So once you get C, then you can kind of say, maybe I have a triangle in play here. Maybe not. So that would be my take on that, my brother. Okay, is Bitcoin clear as mud for you? Yeah, tachyon faster. Yeah, the WXYXZ is possible still. That's my main count. That's my macro count. But and just to review for everybody who's just kind of joined here, guys. And I'm gonna get off here pretty soon here. But this is WXYXZ. I've been calling for this for a very long time. You can go back way in my my videos and see that even shoot, I called this as an X wave before anybody realized it was an X wave. I sound arrogant and proud. I don't want to do that. Sorry about that. Anyway, I guess my point is that a couple of things to consider. Does this have another push to 88 before we come down, or are we coming down from here? That, to me, that is the quintessential question. It's not if we go, do we go to the moon? But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, let's watch out for a 1-2-1-2 here, 1-2-1-2, and then we'd be off to the races, guys. That would be huge moonish action. Okay, so I'm on guard for that. But I don't think it's. If you ask me, what am I putting my money on right now? My money is short. My money is short. What do I believe is going to happen? It's not what it is to be a trader. I mean, I think it's going down, but that's why I'm trading it down. But that doesn't mean it will, and I have to be ready for if it doesn't, and what am I going to do? And that's what trading's about, guys. It's not about knowing where it's going and being right. It's about looking at all the possibilities and saying what are the probabilities. And for me, Elliott Wave gives that edge, because then I can say, okay, based on this wave structure, here's what I can get. And then I know when one thing is invalidated. So when that thing is invalidated, I cross that off the table and say, okay, what's next? What could I possibly have here? And I wait for that setup that says this is the only thing I can have, or this is only one of two things, and this is real clear, and this is a good high risk reward entry area. Boom, we're in the trade. So that's kind of what we're doing, kind of what we're doing, the best we can. Hey, Slim, the Sim Lane, what's up? Gary, that's hilarious, man. Heavy Insider. Last 2 days have taken me by surprise. The upside has been beyond what I planned for. Yeah, I mean, I've been saying all along it could go up to where we are, and we still, Sim Lane, we could go higher. We've got $8,800 targets up there that are possible still. But yeah, I'm surprised prices pumped this high personally. But once it broke, 8,400 was where I thought price was going to hit. That was my first major target. I mean 8,250, but once we passed 8,250, 84 like 80, I think on my previous videos was, and I was just calling it 8,500, but it actually hit like right on the tick, on that target. So. Yeah. Now, whether it goes down from here or up, we don't know. All right, y'all. It's time to kind of start wrapping it up here. Let's look at Ethereum for iGuy here, just to kind of take a peek. Ethereum, and I use Ethereum for correlation. I don't trade Ethereum a whole lot, but I use it for correlation. And Ethereum bothers me in a lot of ways right now with this wave structure. Number one, it looks very corrective, okay? It does look very corrective, but it keeps pumping, okay? It won't stop pumping. It won't stop. But we have made a strong rejective move here. It's kind of a double top. I don't like double tops personally. I don't believe in them. I don't like them, but this looks very 5-wave-ish. That could be done. Complete finito, or this might be a 1 wave followed by a 2 wave, and then we get another bigger wave to follow. And then I have to say, okay, what in the world do I have here? This is so odd. The shape of all this looks so corrective, it's unreal. This is a very ugly 1 wave, if that's a 1 wave, okay? I got to get 5 waves out of this. I got to find an invisible 1. Then I got to call this 2, 3, 4, and then this 5. So ugly. Then I got a 3-wave move to the downside. And then what do I have here? I got a 1 and a 2. And then I got a 1 and a 2. That's the only way I can look at that if it's bullish. If I'm thinking bullish. That's got to be a 1, 2, 1, 2. That means, guys, this is hugely bullish. That means I got another 1, 2 coming. Guys, eventually we're going to get a to the moon candle, and it's coming soon. If this is to be thought of as bullish. If it's to be thought of as corrective, okay, then... where do I stop this? I got 535 maybe right there to there. I've hit the 1-to-1 extension twice. Are we going up to the 151 mark in Ethereum? Or is that even the right way to do it? Should I put the mark back here and I got a running flat here? And if that's the case, then, we've hit the 127 extension. It's all in corrective fibs right now. Nothing's conclusive, but it really bothers me. So what I would like to see is some conclusive wave pattern that just shows, okay, this is the direction, walk you in it. This is the way, walk in it. That's what I'd want to see for the finality of Ethereum. So I really don't like, I was really upset today by the price action that did not make a higher high here. This did not break the high. I wanted to see, I would like to have seen this thing come up here and break this high right here. I wanted to see if it broke the high, guys. I got a really nice count here. I got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 done. We're going down. Didn't break the high. What does that mean? What does it mean? Does it mean we're really bearish and we're going down, or is this just the one wave of the next series and we're going to get a 3-wave pullback and then we're going up big time for a 2-wave? So that's my problem with Ethereum. Okay, now let me show you my problem. So I don't have any answers for you guys. I really don't. I'm just telling you what I got. I got to have more data. Got to have more data. Got more data, please. Maybe I have some more data. Then let me show you what my problem is with Litecoin, and then you can take it for what it's worth. Okay, Litecoin. What's my problem with Litecoin? Litecoin looked finished several times. It broke out of its channel, broke back in the channel, and broke out again. Okay, so that's my beef with Litecoin. That it just likes to go bull when you're not expecting it. It likes to just pump when you're not expecting it. It'll go sideways forever, and then all of a sudden, boom. Now I like trading Litecoin. That's one of my favorite coins to trade, but I haven't been trading it in a while because the count hasn't been clear. Okay, but that being said, how do you count this stuff? How do you count that? Same problem as Ethereum. Here I'm seeing some kind of a flat right there, so I'm inclined to say this is a 1 and a 2, or an A and a B, and this is all a C wave. And so this is basically, now what I like about Litecoin is that we made a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. We got an extended fifth. It's done, complete, kaput, finito, all done. Got a reversal off the top. We're getting a retest of that reversal, and then we're going to be heading down. That's what I would like to say is Litecoin is going to do, but I can't guarantee you that's what Litecoin is going to do. Litecoin surprises the mess out of me all the time. All the time. That's why I like it, because it moves a lot, but it's also dangerous to trade because it's unpredictable sometimes. Well, they're all unpredictable, guys. They are all unpredictable. But that being said, I don't like my channel anymore. I'm not a fan of that channel anymore. It's not channeling very well. It's kind of going more in a parabolic direction, but it could simply be finished. This impulse could be done. Let me show you the fibs here. If I count this to there, we came and wicked through the 1618. We came back in. Now, if we continue on up and make another high, I'm going to say, guys, we're dealing with an impulse. Unless again, this wave is more like this than that. If that's the case, if that's the way I do it, then I got to put my fibs here, right here, and my fibs here. And then we didn't make it past the 1618, and then we bounced off of it. So it was bouncing off the 1-to-1. This was a strong rejection here, guys, right here, and that was a very impulsive type wave. And I shared the video yesterday that's got me worried a little bit, because Bitcoin, this was the same strong rejection, okay? But then Litecoin made a higher high, and so is Bitcoin in danger of making a higher high, even though that looks so impulsive to the downside? Yes, potentially. So my interpretation of that wave may be incorrect. Okay, so this was definitely 3 waves. It can't be anything other than that, but it looks very impulsive. Then we got to move to the upside beyond it, and that this was very, very bullish today. But again, we had a day of bullish. Are we going to get a night of bearish? So I'm not sure. What? We'll set the larger time frame. It no doubt is ranging, but we're at a key pivot point. We're either going to go up or we're going to go down, and that's why tonight and tomorrow are going to be really critical. Tonight, tomorrow, and Monday are going to be critical, in my opinion, for directional bias. So anyway, all right, guys, I think that's all I'm going to give you tonight. That's a longer than I anticipated live stream. My family always has to sit around quietly, waiting for me to finish these things, and they always do really well. So I'm going to put them at ease, and we're going to go ahead and call it a night. Hope that information was helpful to you. Just, again, showing you the idea that, guys, we could go up, we could go down. I want you to be ready for both. Don't be so slanted to one side or the other. If you're a bull, great. Be bullish. But if you're a bear, be bearish. But you got to have the mindset to be ready to switch either way, because we really have a strong case both ways for going up and going down, at least from my perspective. From regular technicals point of view, everything is looking very, very bullish. Just from a technical standpoint, looking at support and resistance zones, looking at the nature of these waves on the daily, on the 12, on the 8 hour, things are looking to the upside. But that doesn't mean they can't reverse in a moment. The bears can't step in, and so you've got to realize that could happen. And so let's just keep all that in tension, and let's make good trading decisions. If you need help along the way, learning, or just want to be part of a community, you can come join the Telegram group. The description's down below, and join the Patreon, and then we'll get you signed up in the Telegram group. It's once you get signed up through Patreon. Okay, you guys have a fantastic night. I hope that was an informative and helpful live stream. I tell you what I'm going to do, because the last thing I'm going to do for myself here is I'm just going to be looking at Bitcoin and say, okay, what is she doing? And what can I anticipate this thing to continue doing, because she's kind of moving up now, and it scares everybody. So I'm just going to look at that for myself, and if you want to stay on board with me for a little bit, I'll let you stay on board, just to kind of, and I'll tell you what I'm thinking. I'm just going to sit here quietly a little bit and rest my voice just a little bit and take a peek at what's going on. So I am kind of looking at this right here again, just to say, are we making anything? Are we making something similar to this, or are we going to do that? So could we be doing that? I'm going to go down to the smaller time frame and see what the wave structure looks like. This looks like a 5 wave. So this looks like, if I go down to like the 1 minute time frame, you'll see the 5 waves in there. So something like 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're making 5. Should get a 3-wave pullback. And if that's the right count, once this 5th wave is finished, wherever it finishes up here, should get a 3-wave pullback, and then I would expect another 5-wave to the upside, reaching the 1-to-1 extension. That's what I would expect. Now, the other way to look at that, and I'm just thinking out loud, guys. The other way to look at that is that this is a completed 5-wave move. That's an A wave. That's the B wave. We're going to get the C wave now, and it's going to come up maybe to the structure zone right here. And then we would have some kind of 1, 2, 3, like that. So what I'm going to do is put my fibs on this small time frame. I don't trade off of the 1 minute chart, but I put on the small time frame. I watch the nature of the waves. If this wave comes way up here beyond the 618 and the 786 and gets up to the 1-to-1 extension, I'm going to think 2 things. I'm going to think either this is already done, A, B, C, if it gets up here and then we're coming down, or that this is possibly 1, 2, this is going to be 3 if it gets up to this region. Okay, so if this price gets all the way back up to here kind of impulsively like this, kind of straight up-ish, then I'm going to be looking at an impulse on our hands. What I would look to do then, if that's the case, if we get an impulse, something like this, I'd look for a 3-wave pullback. Could be a straight down sucker. They might do that to you, where you get a straight down move and then it's going up from there. If I just get an ABC up to this 1-to-1 extension maybe, then I'm going to be looking for a reversal. So that's what the fibs tell you. I've got videos that explain that, but that's what the fibs are telling you right there. So we're watching these fibs. We'll see where price comes. Now, if I get a 3-wave back here, like that, I'm going to be looking for something to come up and do that. Then I'd have to redraw my fibs off of this bottom right here and off of the top up here, wherever this top comes. My fibs would change depending on this wave. So that's why we have to be nimble with the waves as they're being made. All right, so that's what I do in the Telegram group. I kind of watch the waves and I share that information as it's being made. Okay. All right. Well, you guys have a fantastic evening. Just looking at the small time frame, still uncertain what we got going on here. I'm biased, looking for this thing to finish and then more down. Then I want to see if I get just a 3-wave to a 1-to-1 extension, and then we go up from here, or we have continuation to the downside. So that's what I'm thinking. Those are my thoughts. All right, there you go. Be nimble, young Skywalker. That's right. All right. Y'all have a great evening. Talk to you later. Fantastic to be with you. And we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see what tomorrow brings.